All right, let's talk about one of the biggest financial lies in America, and which is buy a house and you'll be rich. It's been the golden rule of American dream, passed down generation to generation like some sacred financial gospel. Your parents, they will swear by it. Your grandparents, they will tell you that it's been the best decision they've ever made. But here's the ugly truth. Buying a home today, it is not the wealth building machine it used to be. If anything, home ownership has become a financial trap, but you weren't supposed to know that. So today, we're gonna break this myth apart with some cold, hard facts. So the numbers right now, they just don't add up. All right, let's go back in time for a second and compare your grandparents' home buying experiences and yours. Back in 1960s, the median home price was just $11,900. Median household income, $5,600. Price to income ratio is just 2.1x. But today you're looking at a median home price of $417,000, while median household income is $74,580. The price to income ratio, that's 5.6x. Translation, homes cost way more compared to what people earn today. And the wages just haven't kept up. But you know what has? Debt. And don't even get me started on interest rates. Because if you bought a home, let's say back in 2021, you are looking at a sweet 3% interest rates. But today that rate is at 7%. And that's the difference between paying something like $2,000 mortgage and $3,500 mortgage for the very same house. And banks they're laughing their way into the $1 trillion profit club, while you're locked into 30 years of payments that mostly go into interest. So homeowners like to throw in the face, but I'm building equity. But let's break it down and see what's really happening here. So let's say you put down 20%, which is $80K on a $400,000 house. You spent 30 years paying it off. You end up paying $750,000 in total, thanks to interest. Then you sell it for $900 and you think you made money, except you really didn't, because over the 30 years, you have paid approximately you paid property taxes, which at just $5,000 a year, that would equal to $150,000. Then you paid home insurance. At $2K a year, you're looking at $60K total over the span of 30 years. And then you look at your repairs, maintenance, HVAC, that could cost another $100,000. And then you also pay the realtor closing costs, which on a $400,000 home, that's another $54K. So your really big profits, more like a glorified savings account with a lot of expenses attached. Meanwhile, if you had invested that $80K in, let's say, S&P 500, you'd be sitting on $1.2 million. So who's actually getting rich here? Well, for one, it's going to be banks. They collect hundreds of thousands on interest payments. The government, property taxes ensure that you actually never really own your home. Real estate investors, they buy homes that you can't afford and they rented it back to you. And the biggest scam of all, you never really own your house to begin with. Think you're a homeowner just because you paid off your mortgage? Think again and try skipping just one property tax and see how fast the government takes that away. So should you never really buy a home? Well, I'm not saying that the owning home is always a bad idea, but let's be real and frank. It is not the automatic wealth building tool that our parents think it is. Because it only makes sense if one, you pay off your mortgage in under 10 years, you can afford comfortably the house that you buy, and you're not expecting some sky-high appreciation to bail you out. But if you're buying a home because you think it's the way to build wealth, stop right here. Because in today's economy, home ownership isn't a dream, it's a debt trap. So before you sign up for 30 years of payments, ask yourself, am I buying this because I'm smart and because it's a smart investment? Or because the society told me that I should? Because the real estate game rules have changed. And if you don't change with it, you're gonna learn the hard way.